I saw like an insect that was flying. It was called the locust, and it was the size of a giant grasshopper, which was 100 feet long, and its weight was up to one weight, and then it grows longer and longer and longer. It keeps going it grows that long.
I had Marcus my sophomore year of college. I was 25. I graduated college when he was 2, about to turn 2. In 2010, around that time, we started to notice, well, my mom noticed that he wasn't hitting some of his milestones, and I was in denial about it. I was like, no, he's a boy. Sometimes, they catch on a little later in life, he'll grow out of it. September 2010, I noticed that he wasn't responding to his name and he wouldn't point.
I already had a feeling that something was off, and I would tell my mom, I said, listen, far from a genius, but something is off. I know something is off. I used to work in a school, kids for special needs and stuff like that. So I had a little bit of experience, with this type of thing.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
I would say Carcharodontosaurus because it has teeth.
Exactly.
What is that?
Yeah, high five, bro.
You talking about dinosaur?
How does it look? Can you describe it for me?
Yeah, it is big and it has sharp teeth with just 2 fingers.
When he stopped talking, he was talking so much, like when he was 15 months old, he had 60 word vocabulary, and then he just stopped talking.
And I was like, well, maybe I should just, listen to what my parents tell me and just get him evaluated. I don't lose anything from that. I met with Dr. Bear, and she evaluated him, and she said that she saw red flags for him being on the spectrum. So she wanted me to put him in intervention right away, and then from there, once he completed intervention, she would assess him again. I felt guilty. What did I do wrong? But once I got home, I was like, okay, who do I need to call? How do I get this all started?
I was probably the only person who didn't feel like they got hit by a truck by the news, because of what I knew already and my experience in dealing with autistic children and just special needs children in general. One of the things my sister said earlier was it's not a death sentence, and that was the first thing I said to all of them. I says, listen, it's not a death sentence. What's happening here is we all wear glasses. Okay? Marcus's glasses are just a different color. He sees the world in a different color than we do. So there's nothing wrong. Let's eliminate something's wrong and it's a negative thing, because it's not. He's just different, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we have to, as a family, not just one person, but as a family, kind of change ourselves, really, to accommodate him and try to see how he sees it and feel how he feels.
I think one of the things that was real basic for us in the beginning was for us to get the information, to learn about autism and find out what it meant, so that we can help Jazzy and we can help Marcus. Without that, we wouldn't be able to help her. So we did a lot of research in the beginning.
His one occupational therapist was amazing. And then we had some difficulties with the speech therapist. They didn't have a good chemistry. And I felt that with him, he kind of has a sixth sense. He knows who he's gonna like and who is just not gonna work for him. So after talking with the caseworker and so forth, we changed it, and everything just changed. It was like someone turned the light back on. He started to talk again. He was progressing really well. He was starting to hit a lot of his milestones. But he was still behind in a lot of things. So once I put him in pre-K, again, it was like another boost. He had an amazing teacher. And she helped set a phenomenal foundation for him, because he hasn't stopped. He just continues to progress in a positive way. I mean, he still has some things that need working on and are a little more difficult, but he's come a really long way.
When that light was turned on again, it was just amazing what, the little boy that he's become, and the gifts that he has shown us that he does have, that we didn't think he would ever have, because of things that other people would tell us. I think that's probably the most painful thing in this journey, has been the painful things that people have told you that Marcus can't do. And Marcus has proven them to be wrong. He's done them. He's excelled at them. He's exceeded our expectations.
It's great that I love sharks, that I love dinosaurs, that I love snakes, and that I love spiders. I love everything in this whole entire universe.
From a third person's perspective in this family, I see Marcus's progress and his achievement thus far, his accelerated achievement thus far, has been, in my opinion, due to the fact that both Jasmine and Gladys have worked with Marcus very, very closely on a daily basis, reinforcing what the interventionists and the therapists were teaching him and us. Without that intensive support, Marcus wouldn't be where he's at today. He really wouldn't be.
So what's so cool about sharks? You love sharks. What's the coolest thing about sharks?
That they live underwater, they hunt for all different sea animals in the ocean. They're awesome predators.
I don't know any other 6-year-olds that talk like that. I know a lot of it is because of the memory and what he sees, but you can have an adult conversation with him and it goes pretty far.
I'm already like a mammal and an omnivore. I eat meat and fish, and I eat vegetables and like fruit and all those food that like go into my stomach.
Take the time out and educate yourself and learn about it, so that when you do go to the doctors or you do go to an IEP meeting at the school, you can have legitimate input.
He is very compassionate and very empathetic. If he sees you're sad, he will go and try and console you and ask you, why are you sad? Don't be sad, it's gonna be okay. And he's very loving, and he'll kiss you, and he'll tell you, don't worry, things are gonna get better. And like, how do you know that? You're 5.
I see Marcus continuing to excel. And I see Marcus further defining for himself where he kind of wants to go. Because Marcus has his own plan. We just don't know what it is.
Between family and even friends, I am truly, truly blessed.
We will do whatever we can to help him along his way. At some point, that he'll have to go on his own. And we hope that he's happy and that he has enough in life so he can be happy.
Try not to look at it as something negative. I feel like autistic children they're blessings in disguise. Each individual child they have special gifts that maybe a typical child wouldn't, but your baby can excel in that. Embrace it. It'll be okay. Just keep trucking forward.